I'm Mark Sponsler from StormSurf.com, and welcome to the surf forecast for the Hawaiian Islands for the week starting Friday, December 23rd. Brought to you by your surf authority, expert advice, and friendly staff, Hawaiian South Shore. Be sure and like and subscribe. Ring the bell. You get automatic notifications when the videos are posted, typically on Friday evenings. All right, let's get to work. We'll start by looking at current conditions on the north shore of Oahu. Waimea Bay buoy, number 106. We're looking at all the energy that's hitting that buoy from way up to 33.3 second period, real long period energy, which there isn't any, and then the whole way down to 5 second period wind chop. We see the most amount of energy somewhere here, a collection of 2.43, 2.7, 2.1 feet in at about the 15-second period range, then a bunch of wind swell underneath that. Putting that all together, the primary swell is calculated at 5.2 feet at 14.9 seconds from 318 degrees. That would put surf at about 7.7 foot Hawaiian, 10 feet on the face, something like that. That's about what it is. And then looking on the south shore, Barber's Point buoy, number 238. Again, the same bump of energy trying to wrap around the island, suggesting pure swell somewhere in the 3.2 feet at 14.17 second range. That would theoretically put surf at 4.7 feet, but on the south shore proper, it's nowhere near that big. Too far wrapped around and protected there, but maybe over on the west shore, bigger surf can be had. Where's this surf coming from? Well, a gale developed off the Kuriles Islands on Sunday, the 18th of December, with seas about 36 feet, building up to 40 feet, and then fading from there as we got later into Monday and into Tuesday, with the remnants of that gale pushing up to the dateline and then dissipating. That swell is what's currently hitting. It was actually bigger a day or so before, and the expectation is that swell will continue to fade over the coming day. So what's predicted in the future? Well, we have an amazingly well-formed jet stream right now. Japan over here, the Kuriles Islands, Kamchatka, Aleutian Islands here, the U.S. mainland. Here, these are winds up at jet stream level, up about 30,000 feet. These winds help support the formation of gales. When those gales form, help direct their track. We're looking for a trough, a dip in the jet, just like what we see here. That creates a counterclockwise flow aloft and down at the surface. That's the hallmark of low pressure. And of course, low pressure, if it's strong enough, generates winds. Winds, if they're strong enough, get traction on the ocean surface. They create seas. Seas, as they radiate away from the fetch area, turn into swell. And when swell hits the Hawaiian Islands, of course, it turns into surf. All right, we have 190 knot winds pushing off Japan, ridging slightly, then falling southeast due north of Hawaii, creating a trough and low pressure there. Actually, the trough was back a little bit a day ago, and swell, well, we think there is swell on the way from it. Let's put this into motion. As we get into Saturday and then Sunday, another trough develops, mainly east of the islands, but just before that, it gets some good traction right here north of the islands. That would be on Saturday, the 24th of December, and potentially creating yet another swell. And then looking beyond that, as we get into Monday, the 26th of December, the jet just solid the whole way across the Pacific. We've been waiting for this all winter. It looks like a real legitimate winter pattern finally. New broad trough starts building Tuesday, the 27th of December, off of Japan, pushing towards the dateline, not getting super carved out, just a gentle trough, but that should be enough. And look at this, winds building to 200 or almost 210 knots. That's very strong winds. That should produce a lot of energy in the upper atmosphere to support gale formation down at the surface. That trough pushes north of Hawaii as we get into Friday, the 30th of December, and then out of the picture. So let's take a look down at the surface. Now, there is a gale. You can see this surface level pressure, surface level winds. There's a gale. Previously, it was due north of the Hawaiian Islands like yesterday, getting traction, creating seas, but it's pushing off to the northeast now. A new gale is developing Friday today, the 23rd of December, north of the islands. It is forecast to build with 45 knot west winds, again producing sideband swell, another sideband swell pushing into the Hawaiian Islands, and then racing off up into the Gulf of Alaska. A little bit of a break, but you see just a huge area of 30, 35, 40-knot winds. I mean, the whole North Pacific pretty much filled with some degree of fetch. New system starts building off the Kuril Islands as we get into Sunday. Even smaller fetch north of the Hawaiian Islands on Monday. Broad area of 30 to 35-knot winds targeting the islands as we get Monday night into Tuesday, building to 40, almost 45 knots. I mean, multiple systems all rotating around a broad, low, upper-level low, supported by that jet stream flow aloft. Just great for producing nonstop swell. This system pushes off to the east as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, but then another system, not particularly strong, but 30-knot northwest winds takes aim at the Hawaiian Islands on Thursday into Friday, the 30th of December. And then another system behind that, almost a week out. Here we are a week out with 35, 40, almost 45-knot winds. So it looks like just a nonstop stream of swell-producing weather systems are forecast for the next week. Let's go take a look at the effect of those winds on the ocean surface. So we're going back in time. We're going to Thursday, just one day ago, Thursday, the 22nd of December. A gale developed north of the Hawaiian Islands with 22-foot seas, building to 24 feet this morning, and then 25 feet, pushing north of the islands. Swell from this system, you can actually see the seas from it already radiating south towards islands and expected to arrive on Saturday, the 24th. And then another system started developing on the dateline today. Is forecast to build with 24, 26, almost 28-foot seas north of the Hawaiian Islands on Saturday, the 24th of December in the morning. Swell from that system to follow the same path. In fact, you can see the first swell hitting the Hawaiian Islands. Next one building north of it. It'll arrive 24 hours later. Then a little bit of a break. Yes, there's a very large area of, we'll call them 15, 16-foot seas, but that's not like good for larger surf production. But then as we get into Tuesday, here we go again. Another system with 26-foot seas north of the Hawaiian Islands. Another one behind that with 28-foot seas, and then building to almost 30 feet at one point, and then fading from there, swell working its way towards the Hawaiian Islands. And then behind that, yet another system forecast for Friday into Saturday with seas building to 28 feet, pushing towards the Hawaiian Islands. So again, a whole string of swells in the forecast. So let's try to put this all together. We're looking really only at the North Shore. So Saturday, 24th of December, Christmas Eve, sideband swell from the gale that developed north of the Hawaiian Islands to be arriving at 8.4 feet at 13 to 14 seconds early. That's 11-foot Hawaiian. That's triple overhead from 325 degrees. But the wind's a little bit of an issue. South-southwest at 10 plus. Probably not particularly rideable. Sort of like today, Friday the 23rd. There's swell, but it's kind of jumbled. Sunday, the second in a series of swells arrives, hitting 7.6 feet at 14 seconds early, 10-foot Hawaiian, again, nearly triple overhead. But again, southwest wind, but not nearly as strong, only maybe 5 knots, so maybe a better chance of this one actually being rideable. Monday, the 26th of December, that second swell starts fading from 5.4 feet at 12 to 13 seconds early, so 6.5-foot Hawaiian, maybe a couple of feet overhead, maybe a little bit more. That swell continues fading on Tuesday at 4.3 feet at 12 seconds, so 5-foot Hawaiian, we'll give it 2 feet overhead. Wednesday, swell fading even more, 3.8 feet at 11 to 12 seconds, so 4-foot Hawaiian, we'll say head high to a foot overhead, something like that. But not to be too worried. Beyond that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it looks like a whole nother series of gales are forecast. More swell to result from that. Size going up on the North Shore. So plenty of surf to choose from. It's just a matter of local conditions, how close the storms come to the Hawaiian Islands, and do they drag some winds with them. We're hoping the systems stay a little bit more to the north. A little bit larger surf on the North Shore today, but a little bit jumbled conditions from southwest wind. More swell expected as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Maybe a better shot as we get Monday into Tuesday with diminishing winds. Trades return, but also the swell drops as we get further into the work week. But behind that, a whole series of new gales are forecast and better wind conditions are forecast. So it looks like, for the most part, a whole week of surf ahead. less the 2 days around Christmas, something like that. So plenty of opportunity to get waves. Pretty good size, though. Be careful, don't get in over your head. And be sure to do all your shopping at Hawaiian South Shore. They're going to take care of you. All right, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you next week on Friday. Thanks for watching.
Mahalo for checking us out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please continue supporting us by subscribing to our channel. Aloha.